Hello everyone, welcome to the first grade back to school night video. My name is Mrs. Johnson. This is for the Pearl Prep school year for 2020-2021. Now, first of all, I just want to go over our classroom theme, and it is lemons. And when life gives us lemons, we're just going to practice having a positive attitude and try to make lemonade. Now, probably most of you watched the Meet the Teacher video that we posted on the Pearl Prep YouTube channel. If you haven't had a chance to watch it, please go ahead and watch it when you have an opportunity. And so some of this might be just a little bit of review. I am a teacher, of course, and this is my 20th year teaching. And this is my 13th year teaching at Pearl Prep. And it is my 8th year teaching first grade. I'm also a wife, and I've been married to my husband for 20 years. Who is also a teacher. He teaches at the Hacienda La Puente School District. He teaches 5th grade, and he is doing distance teaching right now, Zoom, from our home. He is also a coach at Care Youth League. He coaches the Bulldogs, so some of you who have children in the Care Youth League program may have seen him around. And I'm also a mom. We have 3 teenagers. So we have a daughter who is a freshman at Pasadena City College. We have a son who is a junior at Rio Hondo Prep. We have a son who is a freshman at Rio Hondo Prep. All of our children also attended Pearl Prep, and we are so thankful that they had that wonderful opportunity. They are all also coaches at Care Youth League, so if your children are part of the Care Youth League program, you may have also seen them around. All right, so this is a different format that we usually do this in. So this is my new, first time doing something like this, so just got to bear with me and hope everything goes well. As you know, we're all trying new things and learning new technology every day, I feel like. So this is really good for my mind. All right, so my contact information. The best way to reach me and the easiest way to reach me would be through Remind. So you can send me a Remind message and I will reply to you. You can also email me at vjohnson@pearlprep.org, but to tell you the truth, I prefer Remind if that's possible for you. All right, now, most of the day I am teaching your children in the classroom. I teach them most of the subjects. We do have some auxiliary teachers though. Mrs. Murphy is our PE teacher, and she also has them for their snack and recess break. Mr. Tarico comes 3 days a week for 15 minutes, and he is the Spanish teacher. We also have an excellent music teacher, Mrs. Joe, who is just waiting anxiously to be able to get the go-ahead to come on campus when the guidelines loosen up a little bit here, so that she can come on campus and teach your children. In the meanwhile, she has created a website, and the music website, her website, there's a link on our grade link page that you can find. There's some wonderful resources, and it would be great if you can have your child go on there. She has also posted the music for the Christmas show and the lyrics, and we need your students to start practicing because unfortunately we can't sing in school yet. We're not allowed to sing in school yet because of the health guidelines. So we would like them to go onto that website and practice singing at home so they can sing their little hearts out and get ready for our Christmas show. All right, now, most of you have probably already seen this calendar. It's the September reading calendar. You will get one of these each month. Now, your children need to read at least 20 minutes a night. Okay, so what I mean by 20 minutes a night is they need to be reading 20 minutes a night. So reading out loud where you can hear them or an adult can hear them reading. Please do not just tell them the words. Make them go through the work of sounding it out and practice sounding it out. I know. Remember, I'm a mom too, so I've been there. I know that this is a very tedious task, but let me tell you, putting in this time and putting in this work will be worth the effort, and you will see vast improvement in your child's reading. Okay, they have to read at least 20 minutes, but if you want to read to them and read out loud to them, anything above the 20 minutes, that's awesome. Go ahead, and you can also count that towards their reading minutes. We also have a great resource. It's called Epic, and I sent home some information in the parent communication envelope. This is a wonderful resource, and the best way to explain it to you is basically that it's like Netflix, but with books. So this is our login class code, BVY4135. And I sent you some information with the instructions, and it is a great resource, and they have tons of books on there for your child to read. And there's also a great feature that is a read to me feature. So if you know that your child's putting in time there too and having books read to them, you can also count that as their reading time, as long as it's above the 20 minutes a day where they're actually putting the reading time in. So another thing about that is that we do have a all-school reading incentive contest that just kicked off. And they will have different goals where they'll need to read a certain amount of hours. So like 10 hours, then 20, 30, 40, 50. I will tell you, like, okay, remember the first reading goal is 10 hours and need to be read 10 hours by this date. And they'll have these really cool prizes. And to know how much time your child has read, I will update those reading hours, the reading minutes, once a week, and it'll be on our grade link page under the reading tab. But in order to do that, I need your help. So I need you to send me a picture of their reading calendar every Friday. So if you could do that, that would be wonderful. Okay, now, as most of you have seen, this is the parent communication envelope. This will go home. If your child is an in-school student, your child will take this home on Monday, and they will return it on Tuesdays. If your child is a distance learner, they will pick it up on Friday, or you'll pick it up on Friday when you pick up their schoolwork, and we need you to return it the following Friday. So make sure you date it and you sign it and check all the information in there. Okay, now, GradeLink is a site that we use to be able to communicate with the parents, okay? So it is a great resource. There's school information, all school information. There's specific grade information, specific class information. Okay, there are things that you can look on there for, like your students' grades, the all-school newsletter that Mrs. Morrow put out, the biweekly calendar that the office puts out. There's teacher pages where you'll find examples of the math facts time test and practice sheets, the spelling list for the whole entire school year, class party information, reading hours like I mentioned before, and a lot more information. Okay, now, so at Pearl Prep, first grade is the first year where students need to start learning how to study for a test, how to study at home for a test, where they will be assessed to know how much information they have retained and if they can repeat the information that they are learning in class. So I will send home these graded tests, and I will need you to sign them and return them in the parent communication envelope. Now, when you are looking at these, I'd like you to review the incorrect answers with your child so that they can learn from their mistakes and do better. Okay, this is our basic test schedule. Usually on Wednesdays, we'll have a timed math facts test, and I will go over more information about the timed math facts test in the next slide, okay? Fridays, we usually have spelling and grammar tests. And we have math tests at the end of each chapter. Now, the tests that they need to study for at home are basically the timed math facts test and the spelling test. The grammar test, if they're paying attention in class, then they should do really well. So basically what it is every week we'll go over a certain, a certain strategy, a certain grammar strategy. So for example, we're talking about capital letters and how every sentence starts with a capital letter. And we'll go over that skill every day. Every day in class, we'll do different exercises to practice this skill. And then on Fridays, they'll have a grammar test. It's a very short test, usually about 5 questions, multiple choice. Okay, so if they're focusing in class and paying attention, they should be able to answer those questions, no problem. Okay, then the math test, the chapter test, those are at the end of each chapter. If they're paying attention in math class, doing their book and putting in the answers as we do them together in class, then they should be able to do well on those chapter tests as long as they're paying attention in class. Okay, the spelling tests, those are the ones that they need to know how to spell the word correctly. They can't miss a single letter. They're usually about 15 words on each test. I will say the word, then I will say the word in a sentence, and then I will say the word again. They need to know how to spell the word. Okay, so make sure that you're practicing with them at home and that they can do it on their own. It would be better if you could make them practice writing it down, because that's what they're going to have to do in class. They're going to have to write the word down. Okay, now going on, this is a sample of the Math Facts Time Test. As you can see, it says addition of ones, set 1. Now, there are 25 problems per test. They have to get all 25 correct in order to pass the test. Now, this says addition of ones, set 1 at the top of the test, as you can see. We have it starts with addition of zeros, then ones, twos, threes, fours, fives. 0 to 5 mixed. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 0 to 10 mixed. So they need to pass all of those as part of a requirement for passing first grade at Pearl Prep. They have 100 seconds. This is a timed test. So they need to know this really, really fast. Okay? So you can print out more of these on our grade link page under the Math tab. So it would be great if you could practice with them at home and time them. Time them so that they can try to beat the clock and get them all right. Now, for example, say 1 week they take this test, this addition of ones test. They have set 1. Then they don't pass it. The next week they will have set 2 of addition of ones, which is basically the same problems in a different order. Then if they don't pass that one, they're going to get set 3 next week. If they don't pass it again, they're going to go back to set 1. How many times do they have to pass each one? Just 1 time. So if they pass this one, addition of 1, set 1, all 25 right, within the 100 seconds, boom, they're done. They go on to 2s, like that. So if you're thinking, my child is really good at math, they're like a super math whiz kid, and they're going to pass these really fast. Don't worry, because I will move them on to subtraction, and they can do the same thing. Okay, but addition is what they must get done during first grade. Okay, so like I said, you can find more of these on our grade link page to be able to practice with them at home. When these come home in the not the Tuesday envelope. It used to be sent home on Tuesday, so that's why sometimes I accidentally say Tuesday, and I'm sorry for that. In the parent communication envelope, these will come home, the graded ones, and you could see which ones they missed so that you can practice with them. Or you will also see if they pass, and you'll know, okay, we're going on to the next number now. Okay? So, now, we're talking about Freckle now. Freckle is an online resource, and I just love it because it's so kid-friendly, and it has tons of math and ELA, English Language Arts, exercises for them. And they do it in a really fun way. It's super kid-friendly, and I sent home some information for you in the parent communication envelope as to how to log in, but the students have already started to use this program, so they should be pretty familiar with it. That is our class code, DBRT96, and the wonderful thing about this is that every student can work at their own pace and be challenged at whatever level they're at. So once they answer the questions, if they're answering correctly, they're going to get harder for them. If they're answering incorrectly, it's going to make them practice those skills a little bit more. They also have a help button. So it has like a kid-friendly video on how to do those types of problems. They also have a speaker icon, so it can read the problem to them. So when the students are doing these in class, they're wearing headphones because that way they're not bothering other students, and they can all work at their own pace. And some of them are working on, maybe math exercises. Some of them are working on English exercises. And it's just really great because it's very specific to that specific child. Now, a thing that they really love is that as they pass these skills and as they pass different benchmarks, they also can earn tokens, and they each have a character. And at the piggy store, they can use these tokens that they have earned to buy different accessories for their character. So that's just really fun for them, and they really like it. And it's just a fun way for them to be able to improve their skills. Okay, now, this is a copy of the behavior report. If you look at the red dash lines, the top half is what you're going to be getting in the parent communication envelope each week. Okay, so if you look at the bottom, that's kind of like the code for you of what they all mean. There's a smaller version of the key code right there under those numbers for you, but I just made it bigger for you for tonight so we can look at it better. Now, everyone starts at Ready to Learn on the clip chart. We have a behavior clip chart in the classroom. Everyone starts at Ready to Learn, and they can move up to Good Choices, which if they end on Good Choices, then they get a sticker prize. They can move up to Keep It Up. If that's where they end, they get a small candy prize, or Awesome Learner, which is a treasure box pick. It goes by where they end that day. So they can also move down. So they're going to start at Ready to Learn. If they go down to Think About It, that's a warning. If they go down to Teacher's Choice, then I will choose a fair consequence for them to have that day. Or if they move down one more time, then that's Parent Contact, and I will be contacting you to let you know that your child had a rough day. And hopefully that won't happen too often, and they will learn to make better choices. Now, where it says T and O, that means talking and off task. Now, those are tally marks that they get if they are talking, if they're off task, if they're not focusing on their schoolwork, or if they're disrupting other people. If you see it says T and O, you're going to have a number there each day. If you see zeros, that's awesome. If you see ones or twos, that's okay. If you see higher numbers like 5, 6, 7, that's a problem. That means that they had to be reminded that many times to stop talking and to get on task. If they get 5, each time they get 5, that equals 1 clip down. Okay, so on all these, if you're seeing a lot of T and O marks, okay, then we need to talk and we need to see how we can better help your child be more successful. If you're seeing on the behavior report that they're getting 1s, 2s, 3s, 4s, maybe like a 5 every once in a while, then maybe a 6 every once in a while. That's okay. It's not a big deal. If you're seeing mostly 6s and 7s, then yes, we should talk and let's schedule a conference. Let's meet to see what's going on. Maybe there's something going on at home. Maybe there's something going on at school that I don't know about. And let's figure out how to work together to be able to help your child be more successful. Okay, we are a team, and we are all on your child's team, and we want them to be as successful as possible. So, in the parent communication envelope, you're going to have this, and I need you to sign it and return it, please. Okay, going on. And now, if your child is absent, they are still responsible to do the schoolwork or homework that we did that day. The nice thing is about this year, for now, we do have some students who are doing distance learning. So whatever lesson we are doing in the class, it is also on Zoom at the same time between 8:30 and 11:30. We're on Zoom for 3 hours each morning. And there's a link on GradeLink for that. So if your child's feeling well enough, you can get them on Zoom and they can join the class and they can follow along with us. Now, I understand. Remember, I'm a mom too. So I understand that sometimes they're too sick and they're not going to be able to do any schoolwork. And you might need more than that day to be able to make up their schoolwork, or you might need a couple days, or you might need the weekend. So if you can, please try to pick up their schoolwork or send someone to please pick up their schoolwork. That'd be great. But if you need more time, just let me know. Communicate with me. Let me know and we'll work something out. Okay? I just want to make sure that we're all on the same page and that I know that you're remembering that they still need to do that work, okay? But I've also been that mom who has that kid at home who's somehow, they've been throwing up all night, they have a fever, they're really sick, but you know what? They have all the energy in the world. So if you want them to have that schoolwork to do, then go ahead, send me a message, I'll get it together, and you can pick it up or have someone pick it up at school so that they can do it at home. Okay, now let's talk about class parties, birthday celebrations, and summer birthdays. Okay, these class parties are going to look a little different than they have in the past, and also our birthday celebrations. Unfortunately, right now, the way things are, I can't have a parent come to the class or come to school to help us with this. In the past, we've had parents be able to come and help, but we can't as of right now. If things loosen up, then it'd be great to have you guys come help. Now, for the class parties, I will pre-assign each student to please bring items for class parties, maybe like two. You'll bring two different holidays to share with the class. For the birthday celebrations, this is an optional thing. You don't have to send treats for your child to celebrate their birthday with their classmates. You don't have to, but you can if you would like to. For summer birthdays, in first grade, we don't celebrate half birthdays, but we will celebrate the summer birthday students at the end of the school year. When we have an end of the school year party for our class, we will also celebrate the summer birthdays. Now, let's go over the new food and treat guidelines. Okay, so no homemade goodies right now. We cannot have any homemade goodies. I'm sorry. So, it has to be pre-packaged by a store or by a factory. So I don't mean like you made brownies and you pre-packaged them in a Ziploc bag. That's not going to meet the guidelines. It has to be pre-packaged by the store or the factory, okay? And we also need you to bring it the day before. So it has to be brought the day before we are going to have the party, or the day before we're going to have the celebration. If you have any questions about this in the future, go ahead and reach out to me, okay? Now, for Scholastic, we have Scholastic book clubs, and this is our class code, G26WG. You can find online catalogs on the Scholastic website. There's a link to that on our grade link page, and flyers where you can, increase the books in your library at home for your child. And you pay when you order online. And when you do that, if you put in our class code, then I get points, and I can also buy more books to make our classroom library bigger. So the way it works is if you order books, the books get sent to our school, and then I will give them to your child to take home in their backpack. If you want it to be a surprise, or you're saving this for Christmas or for their birthday or something like that, and you don't want them to see it, then just send me a message. I will leave them in the office for you, and you can pick them up, and then they won't see it. So just let me know if that's the case. Okay. Each grade has different curriculum objectives. These are the curriculum objectives for first grade. I know you can't read them right now the way they're stacked together, but I just wanted to let you know that these are available to you if you would like to read them. There is a link on our grade link page under homeroom for first grade if you would like to read those. Okay, share day on Fridays. If your child was in kindergarten with Mrs. Fullerton last year, this is going to look different. It's going to be a different plan. Okay, we have a different theme per month, and we only have 3 to 4 students that will share each week. The students will stand in front of the class and say 3 to 5 sentences about their share item. Now, the learning aspect of this is for them to practice speaking in front of other people. Now, if they're a distance learner, they will share on Zoom with us. Okay, I would like you to please practice with them at home. It's only 3 to 5 sentences. Okay, so they just have to say something about it. Greet their friends, greet their classmates. Good morning, friends. Hello, friends. Good afternoon, friends. Something like that, and then say a couple sentences about their item. Only the students assigned to that week can bring a share day item. And number 1, it has to fit in their backpack. And the second part that's important is please no food, no weapons, or no live animals. As you can see, I've listed there which week of each month that everyone is assigned to. Okay, now these are the themes for each month. You could go ahead and read those when you have an opportunity, but it has each month has a different theme, and so let's follow that theme so that way we can all be on the same page. Okay, I would also like to thank you for your time. I know you guys are super busy. I'd like to thank you for watching this, but I'd mostly like to thank you for sending your child to Pro Prep and for giving me the opportunity to be their teacher. I hope you have a good rest of your day, rest of your evening, rest of your night. Not sure when you're watching this, so thanks again.